My strongest skills would be wrestling. Every fight ends up on the ground.
I've seen his past fights and he doesn't really impress me. I have an excellent ground game and I'm good standing up, and I'm gonna knock him out.
You can try, but it's not gonna happen.
This bout is scheduled for 5 rounds and will be for the vacant West Coast MMA Featherweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my left, an independent fighter out of Coquitlam, British Columbia, Rob Wolverine Woodcock. And fighting out of the red corner to my right, representing Posner's Pancration in East Vancouver, British Columbia, Emilio Detrocchio. Your official for this bout will be Jason Dara.
Rob Woodcock set to take on Emilio Detrocchio.
Protect yourselves at all times and have a good, clean fight.
Woodcock is listed as an independent fighter, and it's tough to be a great fighter, even with any kind of camp or training center. And I don't know where he puts his skills together, but it's going to be tough to face a guy from Posner's Pancration after what we've seen tonight if you don't have the full skill set.
But, Robin, you just never know with some of these guys. Independent could be, he spends time going to TriStar and Gibson's Pancration and Revolution Fight Team, just trying to learn, well-rounded skills. Exactly. And now it looks like Woodcock trying to get this fight down to the ground, trying to secure that single leg takedown.
Definitely athletic is Woodcock. He's committed to the takedown. He's stepping across, got that nice pressure on the lower back. He'll get this.
And he does get the takedown. Woodcock with the tattoos.
Now this is the area where you can be in danger if you don't train at a high level.
And right away, Detrocchio looking for that arm lock. Does he have it? Woodcock trying to slam his way out of the submission. Will he be able to do it here?
Now tighter now. He is in trouble. And fighting your way through it and slamming your way out of things, that works sometimes, but when you're fighting a very, very talented guy, the arm is hanging here.
Woodcock is tough as nails, but Detrocchio doing exactly what he needs, and we saw the grimace on the face of Woodcock. Woodcock not happy about the stoppage, but did the referee make the right call? We'll have to take a look at the replay. Woodcock very disappointed as he storms out of the cage.
Well, this type of fighter, a guy who's all heart and grit and drive, like Woodcock appears to be, especially if he doesn't train at a high level with guys, they win fights on heart. And when it's taken from them like that, sometimes you'll see a guy won't handle it very well, and that's understandable. But the truth is, you try to slam once, you try to slam twice, you try to slam a third time. You have to know the counter to this. You have to know, the technical escape. And here we see this guy's got lots of guts. This guy's got lots of power. He's going to keep slamming until he gets out. But eventually, technique will win over power. And that's what I think we saw happen here.
The referee taking a very close look.
Watch this conversion right here. He uses almost an omoplata like a sweep off the armbar. Then he comes underneath. Now he comes up, and look at the hyperextension. There's no answer here. I mean, he's got to stop this fight. Beautiful extension on that arm. Rolls it over. Just sticks with it. It's the grimace on the face as well. I mean, you can fight something, but when the referee sees that you're in pain, he's got to protect you. It is disappointing for Woodcock, but it's a great win for Emilio Detrocchio.
The referee has called a halt to this contest at 58 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by armbar and new West Coast MMA Featherweight Championship, Emilio Detrocchio. And please, a hand for Rob Wolverine Woodcock.
Detrocchio captures the featherweight title. Don't forget, still to come, the lightweight championship is on the line. We send it up to talk to the winner and the new champion.
All right, congratulations. You were like a pit bull on a postal worker right there. You had that arm and you wouldn't let go.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty tight with my arm bars, so it got hurt, his slams. But yeah, I'm not going to let that go.
Awesome. All right, well, your opponent tonight had a nickname. How about you? Are you working on the nickname? You got one yet?
I got an unofficial nickname, Get Money. That's...
All right, sounds like you got a lot of fans here.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people came out. I want to thank all you guys for coming out. I'd name you all, but it would take like an hour. I'd forget everyone.
All right, well, congratulations on the belt.
Thanks.
A great night of fights thus far, and don't forget, still to come, our main event when we return right after these messages.
My name's Andrew Small, and I fight out of the Revolution Fight Team.
My name's Sogen, and I fight out of Elite International Martial Arts.
I like to push the action, very aggressive.
I think Andrew's best attribute is in his mindset in the ring. He steps in there to finish.
Andrew Small.
If I do what I'm capable of, I don't see any problems. It's going to be a great scrap either way, so. I just like aesthetically beautiful fights. Win a belt and put it in a corner and it'll collect dust, but a beautiful fight, if you create that, that's timeless.
Sogen.
I'd like to bring him into a war and beat him up.
If he thinks he's going to knock me out, that's perfect. That's music to my ears, so. Come on, Andrew. Bring it, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is sanctioned by overseen by the Mixed Martial Arts Association of British Columbia, as represented by its president, Bill Mahood. Judges for this bout will be Clayton Welch, Harry Opel, and Joel Scobie. Your referee for this bout will be Kevin Dornan. Doctor at ringside ensuring the safety of the fighters is Dr. Malcolm Rondeau. Timekeeper is Matt Leo. Scoring recorder will be Brent Jansen. And quarter inspectors, Daniel Yaptango, Brian Piers, Tyler Jackson, and Mark Bishop. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the beautiful Red Robinson Show Theater at the Boulevard Casino, let's get ready to rumble at the red! This bout is scheduled for 5 rounds for the vacant West Coast MMA Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my left, representing Elite Martial Arts in North Vancouver, BC, Murray Showtime Sogen. And fighting out of the red corner to my right, representing the Revolution Fight Team in Langley, British Columbia, Andrew Sinister Small.
Andrew Small. Looks like he is in tremendous shape.
Okay, guys, we've gone over the rules
shorts.
of the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight.
Yeah, Murray Sogen in the
I don't
white
want you to obey my
shorts.
commands at all times. Touch gloves.
5 3-minute rounds in the 155-pound weight class.
This is exciting for both of these two young athletes. They're fighting for a title here, and what will probably be their last amateur fight, before turning pro. They're gonna have the opportunity to start their professional career, hopefully with a belt around their waist.
Round number 1 underway. Low leg kick from Sogen.
Both guys moving side to side nicely.
Small looking for that head kick.
Small's got a nice close-in guard. Hands up super high, but because of that, you can get taken down. protect your face at all costs. But, you know, if you end up on your back, that's not good either.
Sogen on the offensive. Scored with a takedown, scored with a couple of kicks.
He's trying to keep this fight on the ground. He's got that leg tied up here. Now he'll have an opportunity for a nice single here.
He'd be able to slam Small.
Small thought about a Kimura there on the side. Sogen decides to separate and land some shots.
Wise decision. Nice knees by Small. Wanted to hold on, look for some dirty boxing. Another takedown attempt by Sogen, stuffed by Small in the clinch, utilizing those knees. Damaged the ribs, some nice dirty boxing by Small.
Small's a nice counter right hand by Sogen. Small's careful not to exert too much. He's moving like a seasoned fighter. He's not there exploding and going crazy and ending up on the ground, you know, from the power of his own punches like we've seen earlier in the night. He's making small movements. He's got his hands high to protect. He's showing different options.
Nice change of levels for Sogen.
Sogen's been a little more physically aggressive in these exchanges. The higher the skill levels with guys, as you see guys evolve, you see a little more of this kind of action, a little more clinch work. As the card has progressed through the night, we've seen guys with a little more skill and a little more recklessness. And to be honest, you know, everybody loves seeing those crazy, reckless guys in their first fights early in the night, but this is a little different type of skill set we're seeing.
And that's why these guys are all fighting for titles.
Yeah, because they're the more experienced guys. They're the guys with the more full skill set.
A little more finesse, a little more flair, a little more technical.
Finesse is a good word. That's what I'm kind of seeing out of Small. He's not driving forward. He's not trying to, you know, Hulk smash his way through. He's trying to finesse it, and he ends up on his back.
Let's see what type of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu he has. Opens up the guard, foot on the hip.
I like Sogen here. He's just finding a nice position, freeing that right arm, you know, and trying to drop some shots.
Half butterfly guard for Small as he's forced up against the cage. Sogen doing a great job of punishing the ribs. Small feels the pressure, wants to use that cage to stand up, but the round comes to an end. A great battle here in the 155-pound division. The West Coast Promotions lightweight title on the line as we take a look at some of the action from round number one.
This was Sogen moving nicely. This is that takedown. We saw that Small was protecting on the, you know, for the stand-up exchanges. He was thinking up high, and it was Sogen who dropped down low and went for the takedown. Beautiful timing. Got Small to bite on the stand-up and then went for the takedown. Nice uppercut by Small there. Good little battle between these two guys. Different kinds of fighters, you know. Small, definitely looking to set things up, very fluid in his movement. Sogen a little more explosive, a little more committed. He's fighting a little harder, whereas Small is technicaling a little harder, if that's the word. Which I know it isn't.
I love it. It's 2011.
Let's make up words.
That's it. I think that's what a lot of people do.
You're right. I used some Ask body spray this morning when I got out of the shower.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, round two.
Low kick from Small. And I like the patience of Sogen.
Both guys very seasoned. Both guys moving nicely. Nobody's overcommitting to anything. Nobody's putting themselves in a tremendous amount of danger. We've seen Small start to utilize his kicks a little more in the first 30 seconds of this round.
Both guys not committing to the kicks. There we see another kick to the thigh of Small. Sogen doing a great job. Ducks under, looking for the takedown. This time stuffed by Small.
When Sogen gets his hands on you, he just drives right across the cage. Doesn't have, you know, some of the technical details of a Sean Shirk on his takedowns, but he'll put you on the fence and he'll fight to try to get you to the ground.
Well, Robin, you've heard it many times. Once you get the takedown, drive until you put the fight on the mat.
Beautiful little turning sidekick there. Sogen's looking good on the feet. He landed a nice counter left hook earlier that really stunned or really shocked Small a little bit. Landed that turning sidekick. afford to be patient because Small is being conservative in the amount of energy he exerts. He's not throwing knockout punches, not throwing big, huge overhand rights. He's just standing in there and boxing, and so Sogen can relax and throw some of his own.
Drops down again for the takedown, trying to secure the single.
His head is forced to a position on the inside that he doesn't like here. He needs to switch across and use chest pressure. There, he's looking for it. You're looking for the chest pressure and the trip. Very nice.
Solid job done by Murray Sogen.
So he's going to be in a triangle if Small can get that right leg out.
Sogen trapping that leg.
Yeah, nice.
Preventing the triangle.
See how his elbow is touching his own thigh. That's preventing that leg from escaping.
Sogen maybe...
Go across. That's your option. There's a doorway right there as he's open to the one side, and that's what Sogen took.
Intelligent mixed martial arts decisions being made by Murray Sogen. In control, clearly in control of this round.
Yeah, and I thought he did better in round one as well. Now he's got an arm track. Nice crucifix type position here.
Small doing a great job. He escapes and finds himself upright.
That's the thing, that by being a smart fighter and not overexerting yourself, you've got lots in the tank for that moment when you need to explode. And a smart fighter like Small knows when that moment is.
Small now putting it on Sogen. Sogen shaking out the cobwebs. Manages to get a takedown. Small, I think, kind of made an error in judgment.
These guys are two different kind of fighters, and they're both good fighters in their collection of the way they approach things. Small stays in positions, but when it's time to explode, he explodes and gets out.
The lightweight title on the line. As we take a look at some of the action from that second round.
There was that little exiting left hook. There's the turning sidekick. It does land. And Small was able to cover up with the elbow a little bit, but it landed through. Small here lands these big shots on the way, finishes up with a kick. I hope we see that escape off the bottom. I don't know if we will, but this is the takedown. Beautiful timing by Sogen. There, see, he went to trap that arm. Great instincts with that. There, timed him, let him come all the way in, met him in the middle, and took him down. See, immediately steps over to trap that arm. Two really good fighters. Nice matchup.
Little mouse under the right eye of Murray Sogen. Third round of a scheduled 5.
Now watch for Andrew Small to start opening up a little bit. He's going to have a lot of gas in the tank. He's been very relaxed for the first 2 rounds.
Small in the red shorts. Murray Sogen in the white shorts.
Sogen does dig that kick in, but he didn't turn his hips, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Little Superman punch and a nice head kick by Sogen was blocked. And a nice knee by Small. Small trying to land some big punches there.
Small can come on now. He's got that opportunity. If he looks for this guillotine, wow.
A beautiful takedown by Sogen right into side control.
Takedowns have been a big part of the story here. Do you see that little arm worm under for Small? We saw him escape from a crucifix position earlier. Let's see if he can explode out of this as well. Hipping out. Now he's going to look to re-guard. Wow. It's really, really surprising, the little details that, even an amateur mixed martial artist now has. Look as Sogen is squashing those legs to try to climb over into the mount position. And before that, Small was trying to get that little hook in, that butterfly hook to work from there. These guys know the game.
Well, we did see in the corner of Andrew Small, his cornerman was wearing the Renzo Gracie shirt, so you can just imagine if you're representing Renzo Gracie, you're going to have the ground skills.
That's for sure. Can't see what's going on there. Some type of Kimura from the bottom attempt. Nope. Now he's going to look to get the mount. He can get the knee on belly from here. He's also got that right arm trapped in a position here. If that cage wasn't there, he could spin around and shoot for an armbar.
I'm surprised Sogen isn't using the knees to the body.
Yeah, you're right. That's available to him right there. He's looking to try to set up this choke from this position. He does have... Nope, it's gone now.
Small again manages to get back to his feet, and the crowd appreciative.
Look at that little dig under by Sogen. He was in a real bad predicament there for being taken down with the pressure to the lower back. Dug under, now he's got an underhook, and he turns Small into the cage. It'll be Sogen looking for that takedown now.
It's a very close fight for the lightweight title. We're watching Seeing Red here on Fight Network. John Ramdeen and Robin Black.
Nice
broadcast team.
Nice left-hand work out of Sogen there. Small looks like he's got power. He moves like he's got some nice boxing. He's got to try to set some of these shots up now.
But once he starts letting his hands fly, he leaves himself open for the takedown, and Sogen takes full advantage.
Yeah, you're absolutely, look at this, looking for a triangle setup. You're absolutely right. He's, it's the awareness and the ability to change it up of Sogen that's caused these takedowns.
And another round in the books.
Murray Sogen from Elite MMA. Clearly coming in well prepared. Beautiful takedown. Already inside control here. Let's see it again. Gets his hips in, swings the legs out to the side. Just beautiful. Then Small's coming forward. Does land with that right a little bit. Starts to unload, and boom. As soon as he does, you're right, John, as soon as he does, Sogen realizes there's a direct alley open for a takedown.
And Robin, how demoralizing is the takedown when you're trying to land your punches, and next thing you know, not only are you taken down, you're picked up and slammed on your back. Yeah,
it's frustrating. You know, for Andrew Small, he's been trying to set up the opportunity to land these combinations, and he keeps being put down on his back. And you can see by Sogen's face that he is taking some abuse in these exchanges. He's, he's not just getting off with a clean takedown and getting to work. He's taking some abuse, but I think Sogen is the one winning this fight.
I have to agree. I think he realizes that he is losing the stand-up portion, although he does look good. I think it's the grappling and his takedowns that will lead him to victory. But again, it ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, he's looked very good in the stand-up, but you're right, that's the place where he's been in danger. So why spend time there? Instead, put Small on his back, and that's what he's been doing. Nice head movement. Got caught with the jab there.
And again, expect the takedown. As soon as Small throws together a couple of combinations, Sogen realizes it. A nice head kick attempt. Grazes the skull of Andrew Small.
Yeah, I think if Small looks back on this tape, if for some reason he does end up losing this fight, I think one thing he may take out of this is that there are times where he can be more aggressive. He looks to be somebody who's got lots of explosiveness, he's got lots of skills. He may look back at this and go, man, I just wish I let it go a little bit. But as you pointed out, when he does, he gets taken down.
Now Small looking to take this fight down to the ground. If you can't beat him, join him. And unfortunately, Small slipping off the back of Sogen. Sogen finds himself knee on belly position.
Nice position here. He's using it very well, straight to the mat. This is big trouble.
Lots of time left here in the fourth round. Sogen going to town, looking to capture the title.
I like this Sogen guy. He just comes in here, he straps on the work boots, and he gets in, he gets to work, gets it dirty, and he's going to finish this fight here.
Hammering away at Andrew Small. The referee comes in and stops the beatdown. Murray Sogen is the new West Coast Promotions lightweight champion.
Yeah, and he gets it over what is clearly a very talented guy with a nice future in Andrew Small.
Andrew Small disappointed. Sogen trying to offer some words of wisdom. I don't think Small wanted to hear it.
No, and you can't blame him. There's a beautiful takedown. And he got to the mount. First, he got to knee on belly very quickly, and there it is. We see that. Starts to drop some elbows. When he turns into him, there's no choice here but to slide that leg across. There it is. Slide it across. Now set up shop here, and that's what he did. Strapped on the work boots, went to work, and just stayed here until the ref called a halt to it. There, and that's the end. I mean, you could have stopped it at any one of these. He's kind of protecting himself, but he's not making any offensive moves or moves to improve his position. That's the end of the fight. Great win over a great opponent.
A beautiful way to finish a fight. Solid ground and pound. Well deserving of a belt around his waist.
Absolutely. I like this guy. He's got that kind of, very skilled, but he makes smart choices at the right time. Got the takedowns when he needed it. Looked solid on the feet. Has a great finishing instinct. This is one of those lunch bucket fighters we all love.
We'll send it up one more time to Paul the Mauler Lazenby to make it official.
The referee has called a halt to the action at 1 minute and 32 seconds of round number 4. Your winner and new West Coast lightweight MMA champion, Murray Showtime Sogen. And please, a round of applause for Andrew Sinister Small.
I didn't train for this fucking belt. I trained for you. Because I know you're a tough son of a bitch. So don't fucking... It's hard, easier said than done, man.
All right, Murray. Great fight. He had a big right hand, and well, we can see it on your right eye there. It looks beautiful.
Thanks, man. Let me get a little closer there.
All right.
Whew. Yeah, it was a great fight. Andrew's a tough son of a bitch. Pardon my language. My mom's in the crowd. But, I worked really hard. I trained with Raw Academy, Griffin's Boxing, Elite. I trained with a fellow named Raz for my jiu-jitsu. I trained with so many good guys. I complain every once in a while that it's hard to meet nice people in the martial arts and in the fight game because there's lots of meatheads. But I've been really lucky with who I've been able to train with because I've found a bunch of really badass dudes who are nice people.
Yeah, your takedowns were great, were brutal.
I'm sorry.
Your boxing was great. Go ahead.
My coaches, they'll give me, Frank and Paul will give me crap for this, Tim. They'll give me crap for this. I like to strike. I apologize for the takedowns. I apologize for the takedowns. I had to use the takedowns because this guy's such a tough dude. I think I'm a good striker, but you were hitting me hard, buddy. So straight up.
All right, well, you pulled it off. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to everybody who came. I hope you enjoyed the fight. Next time, I hope to put on a better show.
A great night of fights capped off by a great main event. Murray Sogen captures the lightweight championship from top to bottom. A solid night of mixed martial arts. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Robin Black, our crew here at the Fight Network, you the viewers, I'm John Ramdeen saying, I hope you enjoyed the fights. We'll see you next time.